Sonia lived with her mother and father in a village called Vermont. Sonia's parents had brought her with lots of love and care. Sonia was a modern girl. She always did what was right. Her parents were proud of their daughter. Good marriage proposals started coming for Sonia.
Hey Amelia, come here. I want to talk to you. There are 3-4 good marriage proposals for Sonia. Let's get our dear daughter married this year.
As you wish. But we should talk to Sonia before that.
Sure. First we will talk to Sonia and then start taking into account the proposals. Is that fine?
Amelia talks to Sonia about her marriage. Sonia agrees to her parents' words. William liked a boy whose name was Liam. Liam was a bank manager. Liam's parents came and fixed their marriage. They also liked Sonia.
Dear, you will go to your in-laws' house in 5 days. This house will be deserted.
Hey, why are you talking to her in this manner? Girls have to go to their real house one day. Sonia was overwhelmed after listening her father's word. She hugged her father and started crying.
Dear, what kind of outfit do you wish to have for the marriage? You can go with your mother and buy whatever you wish to have. Let me go and make arrangements for the marriage.
Sonia's marriage was a grand ceremony. Sonia took very good care of everyone in the in-laws' house. The in-laws were also very happy and praised her.
What's up, Sonia ma'am? My parents like you more than me now.
I am pretty loving, you know that. Don't you love me?
Yeah, of course, I do.
Days passed in happiness. Sonia got pregnant and she shared the good news with Liam. Liam was very excited too. He hugged Sonia and went to share the good news with his mother.
Mother? Hey, mother! Where are you? Come fast! I want to tell you something.
Hey, what happened? Why are you shouting? What's the matter? Tell me.
Hey, mother, you are going to be a grandmother.
Really? Where is Sonia? Yes, mother. I was coming to you. But before I could reach, he came here running. Daughter, look, from today, you should take a lot of care of yourself and your health. Do not work so hard. And if you need anything, just call me. Now you go and take rest in your room. I will bring milk to you. Sure, mother. Now Sonia's mother-in-law started taking care of Sonia a lot. One day, Olivia took Sonia for a routine checkup in hospital. Doctor, can you tell me, is Sonia carrying a boy or a girl?
Of course not. This is illegal. I cannot tell you anything.
Olivia persuaded a nurse by talking to her sweetly to find out whether the child was a boy or a girl. Nurse told Olivia that you are going to have a granddaughter. From that day, Olivia's behavior towards Sonia changed. She started taunting Sonia, yelling at her for her food habits and other petty things. Sonia told Olivia one day, Mother, had I done something wrong? You don't talk to me nicely anymore.
No. It's my mistake. I need a successor for my house. And you are going to give birth to a daughter. If you want to talk to me, then get abortion done. I want a boy in this house. Got it?
Sonia was very upset hearing this. She went in her room and cried. In the evening, when Liam came home, Sonia told him everything what happened. Liam calmed down Sonia and went to talk to his mother.
Mother, whether the child is a boy or a girl, it depends on God's wish. Then why don't we accept this? And nowadays, no one discriminates between a boy and a girl. Girls are progressing a lot these days. Don't blame Sonia. What's her fault in this?
Yeah, you need not to say anything. You are tied to your wife's apron strings. You speak whatever your wife speaks. She told you something and you came here posing as an advocate for her. I don't want to listen anything. I want a boy first in this house. This is my final decision. Go and tell her to get the abortion done. This became a normal routine and there were little fights often in the house. This affected Sonia's health. She started getting sick. So Liam took her to the hospital.
Liam, please come inside. I want to talk to you.
Yes, doctor. What happened?
Look, Liam, when Sonia got pregnant, her health was very good. But now her health has gone down. This has affected the growth of the child. You will have to abort the child.
Liam came home and told this to everyone. Olivia was happy because she got what she wanted. The other day, Olivia took Sonia for abortion. Doctor performed the abortion. After a few days, it showed that something went wrong during abortion and therefore Sonia would never be able to conceive. When Olivia came to know about this, she regretted her deeds. But now things were out of control. A family where lots of happiness was going to come because of the arrival of a beautiful girl, Olivia's greed for a baby boy shattered the family. Friends, this story teaches us that there is no difference between boy and a girl. Today, girls have landed on the moon. There is nothing a girl cannot do. Nothing will change by shouting just the slogans to save daughter and educate them. We will have to seek awareness. Only then we will be able to bring changes in the society.
There lived a man named James in a village, Moratok. He used to work in others' fields to earn his living. His wife Stella and his son Robert lived in his family. They were poor but very happy in their life. They used to work hard to earn.
Hey Stella, please serve the food fast. I have to go to work early tomorrow.
Yeah, sure, just 5 minutes more. After a while, Stella serves the meal and everyone sleeps after eating. Hey, why do you have to go early tomorrow?
Dear, tomorrow there is lot of work to do on the field, so I'll go there early.
Okay.
Now stop talking and go to sleep.
The next day, James got to the field before sunrise and starts working. Working, it got evening and dark. James was about to leave the field when he suddenly stepped on a snake, and the snake bit James. James started shouting loudly. Since it was evening, everyone was indoors after getting back from their fields, and so nobody could hear James shouting. After some time, James fell unconscious. Next day, few people came to the field and they saw James lying unconscious in the field.
Let's go and check.
Villagers go near James.
Hey James bro, get up. What happened to you?
But James didn't get up. Then one man looks at his feet.
James bro was bitten by a snake. See the marks on the foot.
Everyone takes James to his home.
Oh, what happened to my husband? Why did you all bring him in this way?
Then one man tells the fact to Stella. Listening to all this, Stella felt the ground slipping under her feet.
Oh my God! What did you do? What will I do now? How will I feed my family?
Stella started crying. Now the house responsibility was completely on Stella. Now Stella started working in the fields and earned her living. Few years passed. Now Robert started to go to school.
Ma, please give me my tiffin fast. I'm getting late to school.
Yes, my son, I'm bringing it.
Stella brings the tiffin and hands it to Robert. Time passed. Robert started to go to college. He never felt sorry for his mother's condition, and he had become irresponsible.
Hey friends, why not we go for a picnic tomorrow? Yeah, sure. We will have lots of fun.
Saying this, all his friends go home, and Robert sits there thinking.
I have agreed to go to the picnic. But from where I'll get the money?
Robert, immersed in this thought, comes home and tells his mother,
Ma, I need 5,000 rupees tomorrow.
Hey son,
why do you need so much money? And I don't have that much money, son.
Ma, I don't know anything. You do anything, but give me money till evening, otherwise I will not come home.
Hey son, don't do this. I really don't have that much money with me.
Ma, do anything. I want the money at any cost.
Okay, my son, I will do something. Stella gets worried on how to get so much money. She goes to the owner of her field and asks for half of the money as loan. But even then there was shortage of money. Now Stella goes to her neighbor and asks for some loan. And anyhow she gathers 5,000 rupees.
Ma, give me the money, fast.
Yes, my dear son, I will give it to you right now. Stella gives the money to Robert. Both of them go to sleep after having dinner. The other day, Robert leaves with his friends for picnic. Son, be careful and keep your money safe.
Yes, Ma. I'm not a small kid now.
Robert leaves home and all the friends catch the bus to go to picnic. Robert looks at a girl in the bus and he likes her. Robert starts talking to her.
Hi, I'm Robert. What's your name?
I'm Grace. After talking to her, he starts loving her. But Grace was a very angry girl. After getting back from picnic, Robert brings Grace his home.
Ma, see who is with me.
Who is she, son? Stella looks at Grace, but Grace was looking at her angrily. After staying for a while, Grace leaves their house.
Ma, did you like Grace? I'm going to marry her.
Son, I do not think this girl is good for you. You will find a far better one.
You don't teach me. If I ever get married, it will be with Grace.
Okay, son, as you wish. You have to spend your life with her. If both of you stay happy, why would anything bother me? After a few days, Robert and Grace got married. One day, Grace started arguing with her mother-in-law. I will not do any work. If you want to do, you can do. Otherwise, leave it. Oh dear, but when I will not be here, you will have to do everything. I will see then. Don't try to teach me. In the evening, when Robert comes home, hey, look, your mother doesn't work at all and makes me to do everything and argues with me on the top of that. Robert goes and abuses his mother. Grace becomes happy after seeing all this. Now this became routine. Grace used to provoke Robert against his mother, keeping Robert away from his mother. One day she burnt her hand by herself, and in the evening when Robert came home, hey, see what your mother did today. I refused to work and so your mother burnt my hand. After listening to Grace, Robert got very angry. He threw his mother out of the house.
Son, what have I done that you are throwing me out of the house? Where will I go at this age? Think about your old mother, please. Don't do this, son.
Stop crying and get out of my house.
Poor Stella takes her stuff and leaves the house. She starts living in a temple nearby. Time passes by. One day, suddenly Robert feels pain in his heart.
Hey, Grace. I'm having a pain in my heart. Please take me to the hospital.
Grace takes Robert to the hospital. Doctors check Robert and tell Grace,
Look, madam, there is a hole in your husband's heart. We will have to find a person by tomorrow who would be ready to give his heart to him. Otherwise, we will not be able to save your husband.
Hearing this from the doctor, Grace gets terrified. She doesn't understand what to do. Robert's neighbor finds this out and she tells this to Robert's mother. As soon as Robert's mother comes to know this, she comes to the hospital immediately and talks to the doctor.
Doctor, please save my child. You can take my heart, but please save my son's life.
Stella gives her heart to her son and says goodbye to this world for her son. Robert's operation was successful. The other day when Robert gains consciousness, he asks Grace,
Hey, Grace, what happened to me?
Before Grace could say anything, doctors come there.
Robert, your operation has been quite successful. You need not to worry at all. But doctor, what had happened to me? You had a hole in your heart. Your mother gave her life to save yours.
Hearing this, Robert and Grace had tears in their eyes. Robert started crying.
What? My mother gave me her heart. Yes, Robert. Your mother gave her heart to you, and now she is no more.
After listening to the doctor, Robert was dumbfounded. Grace also feels ashamed of what she did. Right then, Robert puts his hand on his heart and he heard a voice.
My son, I did everything for you, but you never cared for me. But son, I told you, I will never let you fall short of anything. That's it. I kept my promise.
You stay happy, my son. Listening to this, Robert started crying, but there was no use being restless. Robert's life was saved, but his mother was not with him anymore. Friends, a mother can do anything for her children. There is no one greater than a mother in this world. Those who are fortunate to have the love of both mother and father, they are the richest and fortunate people in the world. Always respect your mother and father.
You idiot! Does it take so long to fetch water? There are clothes to wash, utensils to clean. Who is going to do that?
I will do it right away, Mom.
Don't you dare call me Mom. You killed your own mother during birth, and now you wish to kill me too? Oh, Stacy dear, you got up early. Are you not feeling well?
Yes, Mom. I'm just feeling hungry. Give me something to eat.
Oh my God. See, my darling is hungry. And this witch has not even cooked food yet. Now are you going to stare at me or will you cook food now?
I will cook right away, Mom.
Mom, today I wish like eating fish.
Oh yes, dear. Today for you we will cook fish. Hey Anna, did you hear that? My daughter wants to eat fish today. Go and catch some fresh fish from the river.
Yes, I'm going. Huh? Today I'm unable to find a single fish. What shall I do? Mom, I miss you a lot. Why did you leave me? Am I so bad? Speak up, Mom. Huh? Oh, my ring! This is my mother's only thing left. Give me back my ring. Huh? What kind of tunnel is this? What place is this?
Help! Help! My children! There's fire! Fire! Someone save my children! They will die! Help! My children! My little children! They are trapped in fire! Somebody save them! Please save them! Dear, can you save them? Please help me!
Don't worry, oh bird. I'll rescue them.
I am very grateful to you, dear. You may proceed on this road ahead.
How come? How is the water of this river drying up? Oh, so you are here. That ring is my mother's last thing I have. Give it to me back right now.
You catch us and kill us every day. You are very bad. I will not give you the ring back.
I'm helpless. I have to do that because my stepmother asked me to do that.
Okay, I will give you the ring back. But you will have to do something for that. There lives a witch on that hill. She is drying up the water of this river with her black magic. If this continues, this river will dry up soon and we will be killed. You will have to stop the witch somehow and end this black magic.
Okay, I will do that for you. But you will have to promise me one thing. If I succeed in stopping that witch, you will give me back my ring. Deal?
Yes, of course. I promise you.
Once all the water of this river dries up, I will eat the fish out there. Then I will not have to catch fish.
Huh?
You should go away from here. This witch is wicked. She has trapped me in this cage. She will catch you too. Go away! Go away!
Huh? Run away! I've opened your cage.
No, I am afraid to go out. The witch will catch me again. I will stay here itself.
Well then, in that case, I will have to save you from the witch.
Huh? Who are you? What are you doing here?
You should stop your black magic now. This is drying up the river and all the fishes are dying. Please don't do this.
Interesting. I will eat all the fish out there. I am tired of catching the fish, and that is why I am drying up the river.
You should not do this. Don't do this.
Oh, who are you to stop me? Now I will turn you into a fish and eat you. Okay, now I will bring some spices from the market. Then I will cook you and eat up.
Listen, Parrot, I need your help. If you don't show courage today, then we will not be able to get rid of this witch forever.
You are a very brave and good girl. I will help you. Take this. Keep this magic wand with you. With its help, you can teach a good lesson to the witch.
Who brought you back to original?
That he will tell you.
You catch people and imprison them. Now we will make you pay for this.
Why are you doing this? I only wanted to eat fish.
You were getting fish as per your need, but you are greedy and wanted to eat all of them. There is a big difference between greed and need. You are harming others for your greed and benefit.
Forgive me, I was blinded by greed. You are right, I should take things as per my need. Forgive me, I will stop my black magic and I will not kill any fish from today. You opened my eyes, dear.
Thank you so much, Anna. You are really very sweet and good child. You saved us all, even the nest of that bird and this parrot also. Huh? But how do you know this? I know everything. I was just testing you. Now I want you to give something, after which you will never have to catch fish again. So much of gold? Yes, because you deserve this. Because your heart is more valuable than this gold. And here, take your mother's ring. Thank you. I will be grateful to you forever. Thank you so much.
Oh, what is this? Huh? So much gold? Where did you get this? Oh wow! Then we too will also go and bring lots of gold. And till then you must keep food ready. Wow! This is really a very nice place. Now we will take lots of gold from here.
Please help me. Save my children. Save my nest.
Are you out of your mind? Why should we risk our lives to save your nest?
And what if something happens to us? Come on, Mom, let's go fast. We have come here to get gold.
This seems to be the same fish. Come, let's ask for gold. Hey you, fish! Were you the one who gave gold to my Anna?
Are you her mother?
Yes, I am her mother. Now give us that gold too.
Yes, I'll give it now.
Oh, how did this happen? How did we become frogs?
That is because both of you are lazy, slothful, and greedy. You are Anna's stepmother. Both of you have treated her very badly. This is a punishment for that.
No, please forgive us. We will never treat her badly now. And we don't even need gold. Please make us as before. We will fix our mistakes.
Now go and live happily together. This is for your own benefit.
Please forgive us, dear. We have hurt you a lot. We are ashamed of our deeds. Please forgive us.
Oh, Mother.